First thing I got to say is Animal Man is amazing.
Thanks,
Congratulations.
Man. Thank you.
For me personally, Animal Man was not on my radar, but now is top of my pull list.
Yeah, I think it's a book that benefited from being such a low-profile kind of character. Who, his heyday was obviously Grant Morrison stuff, and which that was like early '90s, late '80s now. So there's been a gap where he's kind of slipped out of the fanboy consciousness, I guess. And so I had that benefit of really taking people by surprise and doing something.
Yeah, how did that happen? Was DC just like, hey, whatever you want? And you were like,
no, it was the whole process of figuring out which books I'd write took a little bit. They offered me a couple things that early, suggested a few things I could pitch for, and none of them really felt like the right fit, and I really wanted to work on the Frankenstein character some more, so I pitched them an idea for that they liked. And Animal Man I think it was Scott Snyder and I were talking so much about Swamp Thing because he was working on that, that I think they realized that this could almost be my version of Swamp. I think a lot of the ideas we were working on excited them, so they realized they could kind of maximize that, and we could both do a book of the same flavor and stuff. So they offered me Animal Man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, first off, let me just say, issue number 1, what a crazy twist at the end. Started off so great, and you really get to kind of know Animal Man's powers, how it works, and give the family aspect in there, which was fantastic. And then that last panel, it was like, what? And I thought issue number 1 was great, and then I was like, there's no way it can get better. Issue number 2 blows it out of the water. And now we're on kind of like a crazy adventure.
Yeah, issue 3 and 4 are better. I'm really happy with them. The travel foreman's nuts. I don't know where he came from, but he's amazing, and it's a weird thing. I've worked with a lot of artists, great artists and stuff, but I've never had this experience where he'll take what I have in a script, which is a simple description or an idea, and he'll come back with something so amazingly, so far beyond what I could ever imagine visually, and just so rich with detail, and that I actually have to adjust the plots and figure out how to make sense of it in the storyline. And it's like a true collaboration where he's pushing me to keep up with him, and
awesome. Whole
storylines and stuff are coming out of just throwaway designs he'll do that'll give me an idea for something, and I love working with him.
It's there's a couple panels in issue 2 where it's so creepy.
Wait till next.
Oh my God, I don't know if I could take it anymore.
Yeah.
And it's just great because it's got the kid who's just playing with an animal, just playing with a pet, but it's the most disgusting, creepiest thing.
It's funny. I'm not a horror fan at all.
Yeah.
I don't like horror movies. I never did. I hate gore. But there's something about the way he draws it that I find strangely beautiful. I don't know if that makes it sound creepy.
But there is.
And there's something about the innocence of Maxine and the way he draws her, and the tension with that disgusting, weird, dreamlike creepiness, the tension, the conflict between those two things is really interesting and unique, I think.
Yeah.
So I guess what I'm saying is a lot of what that book is, I think Travel really deserves a lot of credit.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. But what was it like to write such a thing and then get the panels?
It's crazy. Yeah, again, so I've never been so surprised. It's, usually an artist and kind of how they draw, and you get it back. It's like, oh, it's cool, but it's him. It's like you don't even know what you're looking at sometimes for a while, especially in the pencil stage, because it's so detailed and there's so much going on with his pencils and stuff. It actually takes you aback, like you kind of gasp sometimes at some of the stuff. Coming up in issue 3, we have these new characters called the Totems, who are kind of like the Red's version of the Parliament of Trees or something, like the past the past avatars of the Red, and and the designs. I just kind of describe them as sort of these animal god kind of things, and they came back, and it's unreal. I can't wait for people to see it. It's super exciting to work with him. Anyway, he's a real talent.
It's such a, and what's nice is it's so different from a lot of the stuff in the new relaunch, so I think that also really helped make it stand out. But what a world you've created for Animal Man, and it's just such a cool, because there's that question of his powers and how does it work and all that, so it's like we're kind of finding out with him for the first time.
Yeah, the next issue you really it's the one where you he and the reader really gets to kind of figure out what is his true origin and what's happened to Maxine and what they're supposed to be and everything. And it's kind of the big reveal issue of this world and the Red and stuff. And you know, I have to say a lot of the stuff, a lot of the ideas I use and stuff were things that, you know, Jamie Delano had done in his run or Grant Morrison had done, and you kind of can just take these great ideas they had and then bring them back and kind of repurpose them and make them a little more accessible maybe for the mainstream DC audience and stuff. So it's, you know, I'm trying to do a lot of new things, but also, you know, be respectful of what those guys did with the character, because I know he has, the fans that he does have are really passionate about those runs. So I want to make sure that they're reflected in some way in what I do. So,
were you nervous at all about like taking on a project?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to. Grant Morrison's a giant, you know. It's like I can never be Grant Morrison, you know? And I, you know, we write very differently as well. So if I tried to write like him, it would be a failure, obviously, and you're doomed to be compared. So I just knew I had to, like I said, be respectful of what he did, but be myself and just kind of have some kind of faith in myself as a storyteller and do what I want to do. And then people were either going to like it or they weren't. And at least at the end of the day, I did it my way. So but it seems to be, the reaction's been great. So
yeah, congratulations again. That's unbelievable.